Okay, so good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma. My name still remains Ainolumdeola Inka, Data Transformation Strategies for Pinmetrix Limited. I'm going to be presenting to you the Sage payroll. So, this is one of uh, a payroll system in Nigeria that actually works for Nigeria legislation. So, it um, it has all the payroll computation elements being defined, so it is automated on the system. So this is what it looks like. So logging into Sage payroll, so it's actually called Sageone payroll, which is cloud based also. Now on this Sage payroll, we can have where we set up company details. We have where we set up employee details. So on the employee details, you have functionality to set up all your employees details. So all employees are being created, and we also need to state, I think we need to state whether they pay pension or not. Also, we need to also state the date whereby they start employment, the address, which are just personal details. Let's just go to tax. Okay, now these are tax. No, now part of tax is um, what are the things you want to be exempted from tax computation. This is what it means. So if you have some kind of element you wish to be exempted, you can actually take it from here. So these are the functionalities, and this just for you to see. What I'm doing is just to present to you what it can do. Now look at it. So at this point you can see that it will ask you that what's it called, the fund type for your pension. Is it employee and employer pension fund contribution? So which is this? By law employees are supposed to pay 8%, while the company is supposed to pay 10%. So, and that is what is also here. Then also it captured leave date, which you also stipulate if you are entitled to leave, and how many days in a year are you supposed to have. Now we also have payroll. The payroll actually does the computation. It does the computation for what's it called, calculating the payroll. So just to calculate the payroll, I have this. Let me just make sure this one is finalized. So this one, it is finalized, it means it has rolled to a new month. So payrolls are being generated every month. So let me just use one for instance. You can see this. Now you can see that it has your earnings, it has your benefits, it has your, so whatever thing you want to. For instance, if I have an earning that I need to add, I have functionalities of picking it here. So I have, you can see, you can also define all these things yourself. So it has where you can define all the pay elements yourself, where you state the amount. For instance, it is the 6,000. You can state that. You also, now as part of your tax computation, which is your payee, as part of your payee, some payment components, some pay elements could actually be taxable, while some will not be taxable. So in that situation, you must have set it up when you are creating your pay element to set it that it is taxable or not. So if that is done, if all this is done, so let me just say, so if this is done, for instance, okay, these are all your earnings, benefits that is associated with the company, you can add to it. Then deductions, if you have any deduction, the system is the one that will calculate the pension employee contribution itself. Then it also will calculate pension employee contribution. This is for, you can see deduction, pension employee contribution. Now if you come down here to company contribution, you should see another pension contribution, but this is now for employer. So this is for employer and this is 10%. So this will give you 10% of. So at the end of the day, The system is the one that automatically calculates your payee, which is this, based on those things that you have set up on the system. So if all that is done, all you just need to do is save it. So when you save it, you can run what we call a month end or period end. So the period end, what it will do is that it will move to a new month, then take employees payslip and send to them. So it will send them the employees payslip. So you can see different types of reports you can also generate. The system also have the payroll journal, so you can integrate this. You can integrate this Sage payroll to its account. It has another platform that is called Sage Business Cloud. So that one handles the aspect of the account. But one of the limitations of that is also that that cannot what's it called? It's not a multi-warehouse. It's not a multi-warehouse, so I can't have more than one warehouse to manage my stock. So it's one of the limitations. Then Zoho has a lot of hedges. It has a lot of advantages over it. This is Zoho. Zoho has a lot of advantages over it. So most times I usually recommend that if you are going for a business cloud solution, go for Zoho. Because Zoho, you'll be able to enjoy a lot of functionality that is not present on the Sage Business Cloud. Then aside the fact that it is expensive, not really expensive, but compared to Zoho, it is more expensive when compared to Zoho, except the fact that when you want to do the multi-warehouse, so multi-warehouse, because it does not have multi-warehousing, so you can't compare the price with Zoho. But when it comes to a single warehouse and the normal business process, it is Zoho is cheaper to it. Then Zoho has a lot of apps that you can actually integrate to. You can integrate to it. This does not have customer portal where you can, and that Zoho has. So I still prefer the functionalities around Zoho. So now, assuming you have that, you can actually integrate your accounting to it. But so now this accounting will only ask you for us to set up accounting integration. So that's just the only thing it would ask for. So at every point in time, when you generate your pay run, when you do your pay calculation or pay period end, it generates the what's it called, the payroll journal, which is being taken. It is payroll journal that is being reported into the account. So even if you are using this one with Zoho, the same thing. The only thing is that this will generate. You can print out your payroll journal in Excel. You can print it out in Excel or CSV, and you can import it into Zoho. So it's more like integration. It's just a minimal what's it called, human interference in it. So let me see if this okay. So no pay runs for journal posting. But you can generate a payroll journal at this point. Then also I told you that you can have different reports. So you can have employee details, you can have pay slip, you can have all this kind of report being generated using the Sage payroll. So those are just the only thing relating to your page. So now this is the maintenance aspect of it. This is where you set up your pay elements, you set up your pay groups. If you want to import bulk, that is bulk of employee details, not transactional. So details regarding an employee, you can actually use this to import it. So those are the functionality. Then you can create different departments that you wish within the payroll system. So those are just the basic things relating to your payroll system. Okay, you also have leave, so you can actually capture leave. So for an employee at every point in time. So those are just the functionalities around it. So thank you very much. And I want to tell you that with Pinmetrix, what we do is listen to clients, try to get their need analysis, then we try to merge it with what the system can offer, then give you um, the best solution that can fit in. The truth is not all these applications don't have, they're not 100%. So it is your process that is 100%. So they have standards. Now, based on their standard, we listen to your operation. It is that operation that we then advise. There are so many cloud systems that can be used, but the budget also matters. So if you are going for Sage 300, it's very, very expensive. So we are talking about millions. When you are going to Sage 300, Sage 200, Sage X3, so it's the biggest of them all, and it's very, very expensive. So now what we are looking at is to provide small applications so that systems so that business processes can be automated, to encourage what's it called, business owners to at least go into automating their bookkeeping records. You understand? So thank you very much, and I still remain I know Olumide Olayinka. God bless you. Bye.